Hello. You know what? I got so caught up in eating this popcorn and that music of my brother, James Arthur Johnson of Florida. Yes, he wrote that specifically for his older sister, the Smile Lady. Well, welcome to Smile and Spread a Little Joy. I am your Smile Lady. But for those of you tuning in for the very first time, I'm going to break down the smile and what that is. You know, it's an acronym, and I've been working with children since 1992, and I'm finally catching on to the smile. And I hope you do too. I hope it's contagious as all of this negativity, that we can kind of dispel all of that with a smile. Special guest today, Reginald, I call him the Popcorn Man, epitomizes the smile. He works with the youth using gumbo and popcorn. Yep, and I'm a foodie. I love it. And let me tell you what gumbo is, and I don't want to get it wrong because I expect him to make me some later. It's games uniting, mixing, and blending others. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to who just escaped from prison, Reginald, the Popcorn Man.
How you doing?
I'm glad if you look at that, if you look back one more time, I'm going to send you back to prison.
Okay, but first let me let me thank you so much, you and your organization, for having me here. It's been a great pleasure, and as you said, I really appreciate being here. Not so much for the television, but because when I escaped this morning, I really needed a place to go.
Okay, good.
And you're very common.
I'm your safe haven.
Yeah,
your smile
we certainly
haven.
want to think. But on a more serious note, my name's Reginald Davin.
And basically, I want to know how you got into it. But before that, I want to know what you love doing so much that you would do it even if you didn't get paid, before we get into chess and gumbo and popcorn.
I have a great deal of desire.
And you did this, what you love doing so much, you'll do it. You've been doing it since you were 5 or 6 years old, if you could think back that far.
You're asking for a lot here. I love to help people.
There you go. That's where I am.
You know,
I want to know your backstory and how you.
My mother was always that way.
There you go.
You know, I come from a family of especially my mother. Mm-hmm. My mother gave.
There you go.
Know,
that's what I'm talking
everything, and she was really the backbone of my family. You know, and I think it trickled down to me because I've always enjoyed seeing people happy, seeing people smiling, seeing people enjoying.
When you first,
you know what I mean? So this is kind of right in along the lines of what my mother. She actually didn't teach me. What I did was I watched her.
Sometimes
I just watched her.
They watch. They do what they see you do.
I'm learning exactly from.
That's what I'm talking about.
So as I got older, I felt the need to try and do something to help.
Yes.
You see, and one of the things that concerned me was the recidivism that was going on here in Los Angeles, California.
Tell it.
And so I met some few people, kids in prison, and their response to me was, you know, if you're really not going to do anything about anything, then you really shouldn't, you know, you should kind of be quiet. And those words kind of stuck with me. So I set out to put together an organization called G.U.M.B.O Associates, and the reason that I call G.U.M.B.O Associates is because I work with all kind of kids, all ages, all different backgrounds. You see what I'm saying? And so I am a president of a nonprofit making organization here in Los Angeles, California, and what we do is we have a company that teaches kids how to make critical decisions with a game of chess.
Game of chess. Oh, that's why we have this chess board.
Yes, we have a game of chess. And this technique is designed to teach the children how to make good decisions with this game, because we believe that.
I know you got to make the first.
Well, the thing is, there's some principles in this game that if we apply in our life, we can become successful.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't matter what type of career you pursue or what type of career you're interested in doing. There are fundamentals in this game that are applicable. Some of the fundamentals are, for example, chess has 3 phases to the game.
Okay.
What we call the opening,
Opening. I just opened
Yeah,
here
you
with
just-
the white.
Then we have what we call a middle game.
Okay.
After you get involved in the game. And then what we have, the last part of the game, is called the end game.
Okay.
And we know I know from playing chess professionally that how we begin, how we continue, and how we end has a great deal to do with our success.
And now, how long have you been playing chess, and where
Well,
are you in the chess realm?
Professionally speaking, I'm what we call a 21 to 2200 player. The most ranking that you can get in a chess thing is close to 26 or 27. So I'm about 4 notches down from
the
playing
top.
from playing the top.
So how long have you been playing?
At least 45 years.
What? And you're only 50?
No, I'm quite older
Uh-oh.
than that. But we won't go into that one today.
But wow, that is amazing. And so this is a roll-up board that you bring with you, and you're ready at any given moment to teach through the game of chess?
Exactly. And for example, I have a curriculum, right, that lasted about 16 weeks, but it's not just about playing chess.
Exactly.
It's about learning some
Exactly.
things from this game. For example,
What did you call that mouthing? What did you call it?
yeah, we're going to talk about, the name of my program is
Is?
called the Fat Mouth Project.
Fat mouth?
The Fat Mouth
Or
Project.
what I have?
Well, I wouldn't.
Because I know I
don't
can.
want-
I
don't
know
wanna
I'm
get
a
kicked off the show.
24.
I don't wanna-
I'm a 24, so
I don't
I'm
want to
fat
get kicked off the
mouthing.
show a little early tonight, so we just keep it right there. But my point is that the reason I call it Fat Mouth is because
Because I got a fat mouth and I'm a 24.
Right, but see what happens is people have a tendency to boast and brag when they play. And it doesn't have to be dominoes,
Me?
it could be cards
Me?
or anything.
Me?
So I say that the Fat Mouth part of this game is what we labeled it. You know, as a result of interacting with people in prison, I came up with the idea of trying to formulate an organization that would help prevent recidivism.
Okay.
So
okay.
I began constructing an organization which is called G.U.M.B.O. And the program basically is to help young men and women develop critical thinking skills with the game of chess.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason, and the technique is designed to teach children.
technique?
The technique is to teach the children how to make good decisions with the game of chess. Because basically chess has...
Forgive all that echo. It's just kind of bringing it all home here. Yeah, but to teach them what?
Yeah, how to become successful in whatever type of careers that they choose. This program isn't designed to choose a career for you. It's primarily designed to help you become successful in whatever you do. And to give an example of what I'm saying, chess has 3 phases of a game.
Okay.
It's the opening, the middle, and the end game. And success is predicated pretty much on the same principles: how we start, how we continue, and how we finish.
Gotcha.
So those elements we teach with our critical thinking curriculum, and we've had some pretty good success with the type of program that we use.
So you call that gumbo because it's like blending and mixing all different people and
Exactly.
all different levels.
it's
like a
all
pot
type
of
of-
gumbo, a melting pot.
Exactly. I've dealt with children from all ethnic backgrounds, all ages, that type of thing. But we primarily gear into the type of kids that are pretty much one step from making prison their life. So we target those type of kids that are getting into trouble but haven't reached a level of criminality that we feel is past the program, if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
That a program of this type is greatly needed as a
Definitely.
base prevention
I agree.
program.
I agree.
Here in Los Angeles, California.
I agree.
And I believe that at the end of the show, at some point, we will show you how to get in contact with me and my organization if you want to have.
Tell me how you get in contact with
Well,
me.
we have a website.
Okay, and that is
That Reginald Davin.
D-A-V.
Reginald, Reginald is my first name. Davin, spelled D-A-V-I-N,
No space.
no space, at gmail.org.
.org because it's a non-profit,
making
and they can find you on Facebook.
And they can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
And you know the
so
young
on.
ones know how to do that. And I would love, because I've seen, I think you do about 5 or 6 of your songs, and I love that. And I really want to kind of go to that pretty much in the break. One of the pieces that you did that I fell in love with,
Okay. Yeah.
So now that we got what you love doing, now how many children were in your family that your mother inspired?
Well, I was the only child.
Oh, that's why you.
And spoiled.
I knew it.
I was spoiled.
Okay, come on, put that camera on me. Put that camera on. I knew when I first met him that he was spoiled. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want him to run. I knew it. I knew it. But anyway, we're going back to this genius here that the mother really inspired. I really like what she did, even though sometimes he takes it to another level like I do. I'm the oldest. So, and he's the only, oh Lord, what a combination. Oil and vinegar. But anyway, we're going to go back to the vinegar.
Well,
and we're gonna talk about this. So that's some of this popcorn. Go ahead. Talk about the G.U.M.B.O and how you really want to. When was it founded?
In 2006.
Okay, got it.
You know, I spent some time learning from experience. You know, for example, I needed to make some decisions on who I was going to market this idea to. You know, I had a broad choosing to make. You know, so I thought that the best people or the most, I thought that since the kids are the future, I believe that they were the ones that were more deserving of this type of program than most of them. And then I decided, let me try and deal with the ones that are just about to make prison a career.
Got you.
See, so I wanted to, you know,
I would love to work with you on that.
Yeah, so I decided to focus the curriculum with those kids that are in these foster homes, in these juvenile homes, because some of them are victim of circumstances. You know, their parents are on drugs, or you know, a lot of things are going on in their life, and they're having difficulty coping with certain situations. So I know that that can be one of the reasons why they're reverting to staying out. So those are one of the things.
See, and the one thing too is there's no one there to kind of nurture that gift or see that gift. There's some of these places just have them for the money.
True.
You know, and they're not caring about the child. They're caring about the $14 or $15 or $2,000 for that bed. As I'm enjoying this popcorn and eating the pop here, how did the popcorn come into it?
Well, I met someone earlier this year, and he introduced me to the idea.
This popcorn is good. Forgive me for eating your popcorn and not offering you any, because I really wasn't going to offer you any, but go ahead.
Well, he introduced me to the idea of having some of the students and kids that I work with sell popcorn.
Okay.
And I thought that was just a wonderful idea, you know, in terms of making them entrepreneurs. So that idea caught on. And as a musician playing professionally, I helped.
What did you play?
Well, I played several instruments. I played drums, piano. I
Oh
sing
yeah,
a little
you
bit.
were only child, huh? You had to do something with yourself. Go ahead.
So what happened was I did a few jingles for his company, and he insisted that I sing them. And so perhaps later on or whatever time, you know, I'd be more than happy to do a jingle. But that is what caused me to focus some attention on selling popcorn, because not only did it help my company with donations and contributions from various people, but it also gave me an opportunity to take my program another level higher, because now some of the kids in need of money or showing how to earn money, it all falls into the program, because being an entrepreneur is part of learning how to, you know, be self-sufficient or what I would call independent.
You know what? Right on that, I want to see you perform. I know you escaped, but I think we got a clip while you were still in there before you ran away. And we're going to come right back after that. You didn't know the cameras was on you. I know you didn't.
No, we
You
didn't.
thought you didn't. Okay, so we'll be right back. I know you see me here wherever we are. We'll be right back after this escapee, the popcorn man, finishes with his piece. Thanks for smiling. Come back now, y'all. This will be finished by the time you get back. I know it. I ain't ashamed. I'm waiting for y'all. Moroccan Nights by Mandrill is taking us out of here to the video where we caught the popcorn man trying to escape. Yep.
folks out here on the chain gang, 'cause I've been convicted of a crime. So hold it steady right there while I hit it. Well, I reckon that ought to get it. I've been working and working, but I still got so terribly far to go. I committed a crime, Lord, of needing, a crime of being hungry and poor. I left the store man dead and bleeding when he caught me robbing his store. So hold it steady right there while I hit it. Well, I reckon that ought to get it. I've been working and working, but I still got so terribly far to go. Say 25 years to labor. On the chain gang, you got to go. I heard the judge say 25 years to labor. I heard my woman scream, God no. So hold it steady right there while I hit it. Well, I reckon that ought to get it. I've been working and working and working and working and trying and struggling, but I still got so terribly far to go. Got so terribly far to go. I got a long, long, long way to go.
Now, wasn't that fabulous? Don't you think they need to put him back? He crazy, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, I didn't get a chance to finish my popcorn, but we're going to go back to talking to Reginald, the popcorn man, a recent escapee, and continue to see why we're going to the prisons. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Come on, show it to me. Take it all off. Come on, be real.
One of the things I want to stress to the viewers out there, and especially to the young people who are maybe interested in this, in my organization, is that, and as well
it
as
says G.U.M.B.O.
It says
there you
Games
go.
Uniting, Mixing and Blending Others. And the reason that I'm showing you this particular T-shirt is because I want you to know that if I can change my life, so can you. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's very important. I want you to try to understand that it is never too late to change your life. And if you have some things that you feel as though you want to make some changes in, we can help you.
Yeah, I love that. That's like Superman, huh? Boom. Open it up. I like gumbo better because I'm a foodie. Boom. Have me coming up there, shoot. Uh-oh. So I made my move. You made your move. I made my move. Go ahead. What you going to do now?
But last but not least, I think one of the things that, you know, I'd also like to talk about just real quickly is that one of the things that has made me, has helped me tremendously, not only in the game, but in my life, is I have learned to be patient. Those are one of the things, those are one of the key factors in learning how to play this game. Also, one of the things I like to emphasize is that you have to learn to think things out before you move.
10 moves ahead, really, huh?
Well, yes, you know, because after a while, you come to learn through this game that every move must be thought out because there could be consequences behind what you do.
Okay, for instance, I know a little bit about chess. I ain't gonna fat mouth you now because I know I'm number 2400. But since you're just 2100, I don't want to show you up.
Okay.
So the rook is worth like 5 points. Do you count that?
Yes, and I'm glad you said that because during the curriculum, one of the things we emphasize in this game is that we teach the children a little bit about algebra.
Exactly.
Because
that's why I wanted to get that out.
Because we, the chessboard with its 64 squares has what we call
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
times 8 is 64.
And eight pawns.
Right. So what we have is what we call the numbers are called the ranks, and the letters are called the file.
So rank and file.
So each piece, each square has a particular file and a particular rank.
Okay, got you.
Right. So when the participants learn this system,
1A and 1H.
yes, exactly. Or this would be E4.
E4. Okay.
Because it's in the E file and on the fourth rank.
Okay. So we have 2 castles, and the way I taught and taught I said the bishop rides the horse to the castle. That's how you set it up. This is set up.
Yeah.
And now, of course, the queen is always on
The
her
queen
color.
is always on its own color.
On its own color. And the king, least amount of moves, and boom. There we go. But it's the most powerful because when this is in checkmate, the game is over.
Well, the object of the game is to checkmate the king.
Right.
That's the object.
So the game is over, but it's not over when the queen goes.
No. The queen can be,
even though she has a lot of the power.
Well, she can be sacrificial.
Right.
In getting you to win the game.
But the pawn can go over and become a queen.
Yes, once a pawn reaches the 8th rank of either side of the board, it can be exchanged for any piece that that may be captured.
So that goes to show you an analogy for me. No matter where you start, you can be a king or a queen.
Yes, it's interesting. You said that. I didn't quite look at it
well, that's
from
where
there.
I looked at it.
The thing that I like to think along the concepts or the idea is that you have even chances. One of the things I like about this game is that it isn't built primarily on luck or things.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have an opportunity to win the game just like your opponent does. It isn't like, if I played pinochle, if I played dice or whatever, that I'd have to, if I get all the cards in pinochle, there's nothing you can do. You see, but in this game here, we start out even.
To think. Okay, now.
Sometimes players have difficulty in deciding what to do on the board.
Well, which one you're going to sacrifice? Sometimes you can sacrifice.
Well, I don't mean sacrificial. What I'm saying is that I have found myself in a chess game undecided on what I should be doing, especially when I'm confronted.
At 2100?
Yes, because when you play another 2100, he'll put a move in front of you that you have to, you have to really think it out. So my point is,
I know not what I do. Okay.
So my point is that I began to develop the idea of looking at something from a mathematical standpoint.
Okay, got you.
So if I analyze my position coupled with the idea of exchanging, then I might come up with this kind of thought. Well, if I take this and do that and do this and do that and do this, I'm going to have 16 points and he's going to have 15 points.
Right.
So if I have 16 points and he has 15, I'm a point ahead.
Yes.
So it's worth the exchange.
Right, exactly.
So the point I'm making is that you're looking at something from a mathematical standpoint. And I learned to develop, I got this idea from a person named Yasir Sirawan, who is an international player. And I loved and appreciated his viewpoint and concepts of the game. So it helped to help me broaden my curriculum.
Okay. So with this, you start here, and as you're doing this, it takes so long, you're giving life lessons? Like you said before?
Yes, but let me say this.
Do they get to talk about things like in a barbershop? Like you're there and there at that thing and you get to talk about things?
Let me narrow it down for you. As what we would call strategy. Okay, the point I want to make is this. The object of the game for both opponents.
Get some gumbo. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
The
I'm
object
just hungry, can you tell? Okay.
The object of the game is to position your men and wait on your opponent. In other words, let me draw it another way. Imagine yourself at a bridge.
And
you're on one side of the bridge.
Yes.
Okay. You're on one side of the bridge, you're on the other. You don't want to go across the bridge because you'll get picked off.
Right.
What you want to do is you want to station your men at the middle of the bridge and wait because he can't come anywhere but cross the bridge.
Right.
So if you're waiting at the bridge and you got everybody posted, then eventually he's going to slip up and kind of come good, and that's when you pick him off.
Isn't that pretty much what the pawn is?
Well, not the
Making that
all in
block?
conjunction, not the pawns. The pawns are the pieces we use to
The sacrificial lamb.
Yes, exactly. The pawns are what we use. We send out what we call scouts.
Yeah, they're sacrificed.
Yeah, we send them out as scouts. So when you understand that concept, then it gives you a better idea on how to approach the game.
Yeah. Now, before we get away, because I know you have a lot of wisdom being the only child and spoiled, to speak right into your camera. This is one time I'm going to tell you to look in your camera. And what do you want to tell the youth or the elders that we kind of missed? Okay.
My mother once told me, she said, Reginald,
your camera.
2 wrongs don't make a right. And at first I didn't quite understand that. But right now, the point that I want to make is this. There were times in which I felt that I had been wronged. But I realized that if I were to react to that kind of situation and do wrong, it doesn't make it right.
Right.
So my thing was not to try to react, but to do something positive.
Great. That is excellent. That's excellent. And tell them where they can reach you, nonprofit.
I'm a nonprofit organization. Once again, it's Reginald Davin. My personal phone number, our business phone number is 323-675-4261. Please call us. We will definitely get in contact with you. We will definitely give you more information on the program because we are mobile. We are on wheels. We will bring the program to you.
I know that. I know that.
We will bring the program to you.
Thank you so much. You have made me smile. You stay tuned. In 216, it's going to be sweet. That's why I call it Sweet 16.